Kozuki Oden, aka the Chad of Wano, in all of his glory, an actual One Piece character that has substantial leg mass. Damn, boy, he's thick! Shocking. Versus Whitebeard, aka Eduardo Nugato, in his prime. Now he's like,
oh no, this is horrible. This man has no insurance.
He'll never be able to afford this room.
When he has a freaking pacemaker, man has a wheelchair, he can barely move. No. Whitebeard in his prime. It happened. It went down. Yes. Anime episode 963 dropped. And my goodness, that over the top! Wano Country continues to be over the top in terms of animation quality. And fantastic through and through. And we have extended fight scene material compared to the manga, which is something that I really wanted to see. And it looks like those initial rumors at the end of last year were substantiated. Yes, in fact, we will be getting extended fight scenes for certain fights in this flashback. And this is great signs ahead for the upcoming Roger versus Whitebeard. Yes. Toei continues with this arc to be fantastic. But, of course, for this video, sticking to Oden and Whitebeard. And, of course, there have been some differences compared to the manga. And this episode we have a short fight, but a complete fight between Oden and Whitebeard. And, well, Whitebeard wins. Whitebeard simply wins. Man with Studley, the Paradise Totsuka versus a Quake Punch. The Quake Punch wins. Devil Fruit versus Haki. Who wins? Devil Fruit. Now, in the manga, that's not what happens. Because in the manga, chapter 963, all we really get is Whitebeard sensing Oden and Whitebeard clashing, big shockwave, Oden saying, I want to join your crew! Whitebeard, grrr! And then after that, in 964, the fight does continue. We see Oden and Whitebeard just chilling, eating some food with the crew. And that's it. I want to join your crew. Let me on. No, grrr. That's all we get in the manga. So at the time, it was a very important topic because we didn't know how powerful Oden really was until we actually saw Oden clash against Whitebeard. And then it was like, wait, whoa, timeout. Is Oden, because he gets a lot of love. He gets a lot of wank by Oda. A lot of wank. Is Oden as strong as Prime Whitebeard? Prime Whitebeard. There was a lot of back and forth within the fandom about this particular topic. And I think ultimately what it comes down to is no, but he was someone who you could consider being in the top 10 strongest One Piece characters of all time. All the stuff with Oden has been just completely over the top, completely insane in terms of scale, and just showing you, like, the guy is essentially a demigod. He was born a demigod. That being said, though, Whitebeard still won the fight in the anime, which makes sense to me. And in my mind, Oden, I think, would be absolutely a Yonko tier person, probably superseding the Yonko in terms of power if he was still alive to this day. Maybe, but it's safe to say that he'd be like in either top 1 or top 2 in the verse, power-wise, if he was alive to this day. But for the anime manga comparison, we know that Oden's powerful, but the gap between Whitebeard and Oden, the main thing here, based on the anime, is that the gap seems to be a little bit wider than what we could perceive in the manga. You can say, well, okay, not canon, let's not count it. Which, in some case, is true. The manga is the primary canon source, and the anime is, at the end of the damn day, an adaptation of the manga. Most of the time they get things right, but sometimes they get things wrong. The Gear's second example of Luffy is a prime example of that. And yes, I still talk about it because it proves my point true. So if you want to accurately gauge how powerful someone is, more often than not, you want to rely on the manga and then gauge from there. However, in Wano Country, I would say things have been a lot different. Because I think in this arc, Toei has taken a lot more liberties to add things. So for example, the fight scene stuff with Luffy versus Kaido, where in the end of that fight, Luffy does the King Kong gun, and then it's the Thunder Bagua versus the King Kong gun. Where in the manga, after he does the Kong Organ, Kaido just speed blitz Luffy. He speed blitzed him, called a damn day. So on one front, you have the manga perspective, where you see Kaido's phenomenal speed, to where Luffy couldn't even react, and he just got decimated in one shot. But in the anime perspective, you have that, oh my god, what insane durability, where Kaido, he's tanking full on a King Kong gun, the thing that could break Dofi's strings, which could cut through meteorites, and then folded the bedrock in the city when he got smashed into the ground. That's a very powerful move, and Kaido took virtually 0 damage from that. That's insane. Another key example change for, let's say, power in terms of the anime manga difference would be, of course, Sanji, where Sanji in the manga does clash with Drake, but in the anime, Sanji just flat out beats Drake. He knocks him out and he's done. That is a key difference there between anime and manga. So normally, again, you say, all right, anime is not canon, so let's not use anime at all, which is fair, like, fine. However, Wano Country is an arc where so many things are skipped in the manga. It's one of the biggest faults of this arc, where so many major things are skipped. I mean, Jack and Inashi Nakamushi was skipped. Skipped! That blows my mind to this day. And I feel like when the anime gets to it, they're not gonna skip that, dog. They're gonna be on top of that. They're gonna, whatever they show is gonna be far more substantial. Even if it's like a 3-second clash, that's gonna be way more than we got in the manga. The Ashura Doji versus Oden fight in the manga is entirely skipped. We get more of that fight when Oden's a silhouette compared to the manga. And as of late, we get even more of that in the anime. The manga, I think, has a major pacing problem for this arc, and the primary reason is because there's so much content skipped that has been skipped. And one of the things that was revealed a few months ago, come the tail end of 2020, through certain Twitter posts, was staff members noted that they were going to make sure that they would have Oda's approval when they were going to add certain things for the flashback content. That's pivotal. That shows you clearly that for this arc, part of the process of going over the top is them adding content that the manga has not produced, and in particular, fight-oriented content, which we've seen time and time again throughout the entirety of Wano Country, where fights that were completely skipped in the manga are now being shown in their entirety in the anime. Events like Zoro and the gambling scene that were completely skipped in the manga are now being shown in their entirety in the anime. Which is why at the end of the day, when Wano Country is all said and done, I'm going to have to rank the anime separate from the manga. And honestly, at this rate, by default, it's going to be higher than the manga. Even though the manga so far has been pretty good, I ain't gonna front, the anime has been just de facto better.
True, and yeah, that's pretty true. That's true, and yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just de facto. The natural slow pace of the anime is a distinct benefit, is a distinct advantage compared to the manga for this particular arc, without question. So, that being said, I mean, because I do wish I was, at this point in time, an anime only watcher. I really do. Like, I wish I was an anime only watcher, because it'd be, oh, man, crazy. That being said, though, just for this arc, though, but that being said, Oden and Whitebeard. What changes? Not really much, you can argue. But if, let's say, for example, Oden was in, like, your top 5 of the strongest characters of all time, because of the anime, if you want to factor in the anime as, you know, actual canon, then you may want to reconsider Oden being in that top 5 of all time. Because Whitebeard beats him, and he beats him handedly. Now, you could argue, okay, he wasn't done yet. Fair enough. But Whitebeard, one Quake Punch to the face, clean, Oden on his back, done. And so even if that fight continued, and Oden went all out, like even more so, I think absolutely Whitebeard could have matched that, and then have a lot more to spare. In the manga, you kind of get that with Roger and Oden, but it's far more indirect. Whereas in the anime, it's right then and there. Whitebeard beats Oden. So it's up to you, honestly. I've said before that for this arc, I'm willing to make a change. Because, again, this arc, I think anime-wise, is just flat out better. Though I'm willing to take the anime faults. Like, for example, Batman. Batman is an anime fault 1000%. But I'm willing to take it because the anime fills in gaps that the manga's left wide open. It fills them in. On that note, let me know your stance on the Oden versus Whitebeard situation. For me, Oden goes a little bit lower on my top of all time. Just a smidge lower, though that's for the time being. We'll see really soon if that changed or not based on the Oden-Roger interaction, and then obviously later on with Oden and Kaido. So we'll see if they add any more stuff in the anime, which it probably will, and then if that changed or not. And then for Whitebeard, it just maintains course. Where for Whitebeard, he is my second or third strongest guy behind Roger and behind Sebek. And that's really it. At some point in the future, I'll do top strongest of all time for One Piece. But until then, I'm going to see you guys and gals later. Be sure to rate the video. Not that hard to do because you have a device called Zamaosu. You use it to click, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Take it easy. Stay safe. Have a nice one.